Entonces, which is the structure, more or less?
Hi, my name is Kanonia and I'm a singer, songwriter and composer from Angola originally. I was born in Angola, but I moved to Namibia as a refugee when I was 2 years old with my family, and that's where I grew up. I spent 16 years of my life there. So I guess I'm permanently a traveler, foreigner everywhere I go. I moved to Spain within Europe because I wanted to be closer to the European music scene. So I moved to Spain because I was a teacher and it's easier for teachers to come to Spain, especially if you speak English. I do have, I would say, at least 20 or more songs that I've finished and that I've been writing over the course of the last 4 years just to document my life. And they're ready, they're finished. But then I have like 2 demos, I have 1 song on Spotify, I have a half music video, because you know, everything's crazy, but I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. I loved it here so much, I decided to stay. I decided to make this my base. I feel like Madrid in general is an amazing city. It just speaks to me, it vibes with me. City of my heart. So that's what brought me here. And then 2 years later, my youngest sister Apollonia moved here too. And yeah, we're here. We are here.
My name is Apollonia, but my creative name is Apollonia Caridad. And
which means charity, ironically enough.
Yeah, which is in Spanish. And where am I? In Spain.
Bring it down, bro.
My dad really saw it. He's like, my daughter's gonna be Madrid Caridad. Anyway, I love dancing. I don't tell myself that I'm a professional dancer, but I like to think it. I think it. I love reading. I'm very, very much into writing. I'm currently writing a book. Sci-fi, supernatural book, and
YA, young adult.
Young adult, the next Harry Potter or even Twilight. I started writing because of depression. It was kind of like an escape. Initially, I just started writing about my life, how I wanted my life to be, how I didn't have the things that I wanted to have or that I saw people having and like enjoying, and I used to write it down. And then it just, all of a sudden, I started writing characters and names started popping up and countries and places and animals. And I was just like, wow, this could be a book.
So at the time that we left Angola, there was a civil war going on. People were dying. There was like, the war was raging. I think homes were being destroyed. Some people being burnt alive. It was crazy. It was like life meant nothing. Being able to come as far as I've come is all because my parents one day decided that our education was more important than anything. So they dropped everything. We moved to Namibia as refugees and started our lives there. And of course, it, as you can imagine, wasn't the easiest. There's more racism, in my opinion, in Southern Africa than here. Mm-hmm. People are often enough openly racist, especially in Namibia. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of work to be done there. Back then we didn't get access to the things that, of course, people from that country nationals got. Yeah. And this happens everywhere. Like, nationals always come first and everybody else not. And to some extent I understand it, but being on both sides of the fence, I sympathize with the immigrant struggle, and I do write songs about it as well, or like approach things from that perspective.
In terms of racism, for me, I would say it's 50-50, because I've had experiences here, people being racist, but then again, I'm very I'm really good at ignoring things. When I notice the situation, I'll completely just be like, okay, let me just go the other way, or let me pretend I didn't see this, or let me not respond, better yet.
It's great to be from a country and to feel like you're part of a country, and I've never quite felt that. And I think it's important to be the voice of the other fraction of the world that belongs nowhere. We only had our hopes and dreams, and music was basically my big hope, my big dream. It kept me alive for so long. It was food when I didn't have any. It was a friend when I didn't have any. It was, it was.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah.
It was prospects when I really didn't have any, and I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to go.
I feel free in Madrid.
Oh yeah,
I feel
the
like I
element
can
of
truly
freedom.
express myself.
The first thing I noticed when I first moved here is how well Spanish women dress. I saw Spanish women and I'm like, I gotta step up my game. And I was like, okay, how do I figure out my own internal beauty, like who I am? No offense to the men, you guys are great too, but I mean, it was the women and their strength and their vibes, the way they dress. It's bold, it's like, it's in your face, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And I was like, I want that. I'm like part, my history, where I grew up, where I come from, and I'm like, I'm becoming a part of this culture as well.
It's a cool transition, because if like for the people that knew us way before we moved to Madrid, they can actually see the difference in us. Something I always tell people is, if you really want to go, like if you really want to like find yourself, leave your hometown, leave the country you were born in, get out of your comfort zone and just explore. It's really beautiful. So when I came here, it's like I'm living now. I'm not surviving, and I'm like, wow, that's been a journey. Still gonna be a journey, but yeah, it's a big change.